Mark, you are the president of the Customer Service Centers for AT&T. This is the 16th season that AT&T has been involved with the Cotton Bowl, but it goes well beyond just this football game.
Oh, it absolutely does, Kevin. This is about opportunity for us. It's an opportunity to get back to our communities, and particularly from an education perspective, whether it's in junior high or high school or in the collegiate level, for us to help the young people of this country be prepared for success in the future.
All right, you're also a college football fan. What do you think of the game so far?
Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Two-point block and run back in, that's what it's all about.
Mark, thanks so much. Let's send it back up to Gus.
All right, Kevin, thank you very much. And Mark was talking about education. You know, he got his undergraduate degree in physics.
Yeah.
And then went to get his MBA.
We were sitting in the smart row.
Yes, we were.
Luncheon. We were bookended by him and Tyson Hartman.
Wow.
We should have put them next to each other.
And then I was sitting next to you.
And that hurt you.
Second down and 14 at the 33-yard line for Arkansas. Here come the Hogs. Wilson, jump pass, nice catch. Great athletic play by Tyler Wilson as Joe Adams makes the catch.
And watch here, okay? That's Arthur Brown. You talk about an athletic play. Look at this. And look at Dennis Johnson going up trying to block him. And Tyler Wilson is not distracted, keeps his focus downfield, and completes the pass.
Sammy Ball type play. Third down and 2 at the 45. Wilson to the sideline. Whoa! What a catch! Jarius Wright in heavy traffic.
Okay, how does he catch this one? Because it's into a two-deep coverage. Man under man over the top. Arms in the way, flailing in front of his vision. Zimmerman number 12, Chapman number 3, and he hauls it in.
Wow. Adams. And Adams is taken down by David Garrett, the senior from Cleveland, Ohio.
Garrett's made some nice plays throughout the evening, both in the run game and in the pass game, knifing through. But I keep going back. How did he catch the football? Vision obscured, it ends up in his arms. A tremendous catch.
Second down and 11 after the 1-yard loss at the Kansas State 22 as we start the fourth quarter. Wilson in trouble and he'll dump it.
And this would be interesting because he's in the, I thought he was in the pocket, and here it comes. See, he's in the pocket throwing the football, but he's got to say he's got a receiver there. They've got to determine if a receiver's in the area, otherwise it's grounding.
Intentional grounding. Offense number 8. Lost it down at the start of the foul. Brings up third down. Put up about 5 yards.
See, if he moves that, he's got to stay, he's got to be out of this box, really there, tackle to tackle. If he gets outside of that box, he can ground the football. But look where he is. Is he outside of it? I don't think he was. I think the officials had it right as he tried to move in that direction. Nope, caught in the box.
The Kansas State defense doing a nice job bottling him up. But Tyler Wilson has been clutch in this second half. Third down and 22 at the 33. 3 receivers at the bottom of your screen. Wilson looking to right, up top, incomplete, no flag.
Now remember, you can have your hands on the receiver until the ball's in the air. So watch Wright, number 4, working against Garrett, 27. There's a hand, there's another hand, ball's in the air. That's where you heard the reaction from the Arkansas crowd, but they determined it wasn't enough to impede the receiver.
So that brings on Zach Hocker in to attempt a 50-yard field goal. His career long is 51.
This is against Arkansas. They may have to change up and punt it.
Ball start.
Wow.
Offense number 67. 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
That's Alvin Bailey, their second team All-SEC offensive guard, Bobby Petrino, not happy. Probably feels like his guy was drawn off. So Bailey's right in here. Yeah, so he saw the movement from across the line, and then he flinched.
Guidry. And I think Coach Petrino may be directing some of that anger at the officials. So the fourth punt of the night for Dylan Breeding. Tremaine Thompson back deep.
And Raphael Guidry affects another kicking situation for Arkansas.
Aussie kick, end over end. Supposed to bounce back in, but gets into the end zone first. 38-yard punt, a net of 18. Coach Petrino, not a happy man. The Kansas State fans have been faithful. They believe in their team. They've got the ball right after this. At our Jeep game summary.
And Raphael Guidry's blocked PAT that turned into 2 points. Look at that. Since that time, Kansas State 160 of their 176 total yards.
From the 20-yard line. Klein, 9 of 19, 92 yards passing. There's Guidry.
He's effected 2 kicking plays tonight, forced Arkansas to punt instead of a field goal attempt after he drew them off sides.
Klein has rushed the ball 16 times for 42 yards and a touchdown. John Hubert in the backfield. Here's Hubert looking. Cuts it back in and gets to the 22. As Robert Thomas was there to stop him.
Jake Beckett has been wreaking havoc, as you noted, in the backfield. He's taken this series off. If they do decide to throw the ball, can anyone rush the passer as Jake Beckett has rushed Colin Klein tonight?
Second down and 8. Klein to the sideline. Beautiful throw. Sheldon Smith picks up the first down. And boy, are they hitting on the field tonight. Charles Davis.
When someone makes a catch or runs the ball, they rally to it. But watch Colin Klein in the pocket. I've mentioned he's not the most polished passer in the world, but this sure looked the part. Head to the left side, brings it back to the right side, sticks it on the check down to Sheldon Smith. Well done, Colin Klein.
First down, Kansas State at the 31. Klein to throw again. Klein. And another completion for Broderick Smith. You know, you've been saying that he might not be the most polished passer, but on this night, he is an effective passer.
And that's all they've cared about. And we've seen that throughout this season. We've seen sequences of Colin Klein going 0 for 5, 0 for 7, 1 for 10. And then when you need it, he puts it on receivers, bam, 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 and they move down the field. And right now, his offensive line is giving him nice protection in the pocket.
And I have to admit, they compare him to Tim Tebow. But it looks like he has a little bit better throwing motion than Tim Tebow.
And they're going to take a timeout here. Look at how this ball ends up. That's a well-thrown ball and a nice catch by Broderick Smith. And one of our colleagues knows Broderick Smith pretty well because he recruited him when he was the head coach of the University of Minnesota.
Let's see. Looks like he got the toe down first.
Before the knee came down. Tim Brewster had Broderick Smith.
The ruling on the field is confirmed. Catch at the sideline. First down.
So that catch is good. And they move on. But Tim Brewster recruited Broderick Smith, and he told me before this game he could have an impact. He's a terrific player when he's on the field. Missed much of the year due to disciplinary reasons.
So first down and 10 to the 45. Colin Klein hands it off. Hubert sweeping around the right side, and he'll go back with Alonzo Highsmith. with the angle and the tackle.
And Arkansas did not like what minimal pass rush was going on this series. Look who came back on the field. Jake Beckett, the guy they've had trouble blocking all night. He's been coming usually from the blind side of Colin Klein. Zach Hansen, the tackle number 70, trying to handle him.
Second down and 11. Here's Klein again. And he dumps this one. Incomplete. Looks like they were trying to set up a screen for Hubert. But Arkansas standing on the play. Pressured by Highsmith and D.D. Jones. And that brings up third down and 11.
And Beckett also coming from the end. Jarius Wright. That was good pressure by the front four of Arkansas that threw the timing off on the play.
K-State needs to get to the Arkansas 45 for a first down. 2 for 10 on conversion.
They haven't found Chris Harper all night here at the top. Usually their go-to receiver.
Klein with time over the middle. Caught by Sheldon Smith. First down. What a catch by Smith. He took a shot. And Colin Klein delivers on third down once again.
Right here. Watch him work inside. It's zone coverage. And as he goes in, Bennett makes a nice break on the ball with a big hit. But Sheldon Smith, he's got a new nickname, Pinball. Just bounces right off and keeps moving it downfield. Almost ran backwards and almost out of a first down catch.
First down and 10 at the 45 for Klein. Back to throw it. Klein thinking about running it. And Klein taken down from behind. Take right. Good coverage, though, in the Arkansas secondary.
Coverage has been good for most of the night, really by both teams, to allow the rush to get to the quarterbacks. Arkansas has found a few more openings downfield against Kansas State's defense. But overall, all night, I've been impressed with both sets of secondaries.
Klein relying on his arm. He hasn't taken off or run the football as we expected him to this evening, but he may be due. Second and 13 at the 48. Rolls out of the pocket, and Klein decides to run it. And he'll get to the 42-yard line. Jericho Nelson defensively, that brings up another big third down for Kansas State.
That last play had numerous options on it. Colin Klein running to the corners you described. Also had a receiver coming underneath that he could have given him a shovel pass if it was open. Wasn't there, so Klein kept it and got to the corner.
Sheldon Smith splits out wide to the top of your screen. Isaac Madison guarding him. Hubert out of the backfield as well at the very bottom of your screen. Empty backfield for Colin Klein on 3rd and 7. Klein looking over the middle. Smith again. At the 29, Sheldon Smith on 3rd and 7 gets 14. And Smith has been terrific on this series.
Top of your screen, 87 in white, 6 in red. This is what they call man-free coverage. Cover one. Everyone in man-to-man with a safety over the top with no responsibility except to cover it by zone. Sheldon Smith wins that one at the line of scrimmage. That's what coaches call winning on the perimeter. Good job by Sheldon Smith on his route.
First down to the 28. Now Klein handing it off. Hubert. As Jericho Nelson stops him, but how about Sheldon Smith? 3 big catches on this drive. He had a 9-yard catch on 2nd and 8. He had an 11-yard catch on 3rd down and 11 for first down, and then a 14-yard catch on 3rd down and 7.
Still remember that big catch he had against Texas, which helped get them their first touchdown of the game.
2nd down and 8. Seems like Klein and Smith are thinking with the same brain now. Klein wants to run it. Nothing. Great job by the Arkansas interior defense, Alonzo Highsmith.
Another third down. If Kansas State's going to throw the football from the pocket, there's one guy they've got to make sure they block, and that's Jake Beckett, number 91, the defensive end. See him over here working against Zach Hansen.
Sheldon Smith at the bottom of your screen, number 87. Tannehill, the stand-up tight end, at the bottom as well. Third down and 8. Klein under pressure. Klein lets it go, incomplete. And this may be a fourth down situation for Kansas State.
They decided to bring a little extra pressure because watch in here. All right, right here is going to be Highsmith, also coming at Colin Klein. And Hubert moves inside to block Franklin, leaving Highsmith for a free run at the quarterback Klein, with Beckett also back there.
And they need the 3 points, so they bring on Cantele. A 42-yard attempt. Got it up. Oh. No good. 6:36 to play in the fourth quarter. Kansas State comes up empty.
On Fox is sponsored by AT&T. Get it faster with 4G. Rethink possible.
The great views from just above the field come from our AT&T aerial cam. 26-16 Arkansas with the lead and the football with 6 minutes and 36 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter of the AT&T Cotton Bowl.
I don't expect Arkansas to just turn into a running team here where it's going to pound it into the line. They're going to want to bleed the clock by using first downs.
Wilson to pass on first down. Over the middle, caught by Hamilton. Hamilton spins and gets to the 35 as Matthew Pearson stops him, but it's a gain of 8. And let's go down to the sideline and check in with our Daryl Johnston.
Thanks, guys. Well, you guys have been talking about that matchup that Tyler Wilson keeps finding with Matthew Pearson. He's going to have that the rest of the game. Tyson Hartman is out. They've taken his helmet from him. He's not going to return the rest of the game.
Thank you very much. Moose! And this kid's running like you used to. Green! The big fella. 36-yard gain. Pearson with the tackle.
And how about the blocking here? Kiero Small is going to lead into the hole, but look at the blocking at the line of scrimmage. Everyone is matched up. Look at that. Everyone's got a man. And then the step over on the tackle by Garrett. Broderick Green with a huge explosive run.
All the way down to the Kansas State 30. There's an injured player. An injured Kansas State player at the 35, and it's Lemur, the starting linebacker, senior.
But how about the return of Broderick Green this year? They didn't expect him back all season long. Tore his ACL in spring practice. They didn't expect to see him at all. Incredible, diligent rehab to make it back. His first game back, 2 touchdowns against Texas A&M, running the football. Talk about a will to return to play. Broderick Green showed that this year.
Green in this game, 3 carries, 43 yards. He's been terrific. As Emmanuel Lemur he intended to. Coach Snyder on the field once again. And Lemur being helped up in a physical game tonight, folks.
Former safety that they kind of had to convince to move to linebacker. He's a little resistant at first, wanted to be that tall safety, ball hawk in the middle of the field. And then they dropped him down to the linebacker spot, and he became a big-time playmaker for him. Part of that trio that all has nicknames and have been very productive. Trey Walker, known as the Deacon, son of a preacher man. Arthur Brown, the Judge, by how he looks at you. Feels like he's questioning you every time you talk to Arthur Brown. They give you that look, they call him the Judge. And they call Emmanuel Lemur too tall for his lanky 6'4", 225 frame.
He was a too tall that played in this city once upon a time.
And was quite productive in doing so. Ed Too Tall Jones, former defensive end with the Dallas Cowboys.
So first down for Arkansas. At the Kansas State 30. 5:46 and counting for the Razorbacks with a 26-16 lead. Green remains in the game, and they give it to him. Green all the way down to the 11. Downhill running for the Razorbacks. A gain of 19.
I love play callers without ego, meaning same play.
Run!
Bobby Petrino saw that play work to the other side. So instead of having to show everyone just how fancy he is as a play caller, let's just flip it, opposite side, same call. Likes what his offensive line is giving him now.
Green this time goes right. And Green will get inside the 10. Clock keeps running as Jordan Velker makes the stop.
And Broderick Green is giving him nice running ability right now, but he's being helped by the lead guy. Number 36, Kiero Small, his fullback. Kiero didn't go to college right out of high school. Thought he wanted to work for a living, so his dad put him to work in his t-shirt shop. Guess what? I won't go to college, Dad.
That'll learn you. Second down and 7 at the 9. Here's the pitch. Broderick Green stays in bounds. Does not get back to the line of scrimmage. Arthur Brown with the tackle. And this time a Razorback getting up slowly.
But the key on the play, as you noted, was right up here. The clock still runs. And watch the play coming at you. Number 72, Grant Cook with the lead block. And then at the end, when the tackle is made, here comes the pile, and they roll onto his ankle as he's trying to get up.
Third down and 8 at the 10. Green remains in the game.
Charge timeout, Arkansas.
And
Their second
Arkansas
timeout.
will call a timeout. 3:46 to play. Third and 8 coming up.
They say that with great power comes great responsibility. Well, when you own a Durango, you'll have tons of power, enough to tow up to 7,400 pounds. So owning a Durango means you now have the responsibility to go dirt biking, ATVing, motorcycling, boating, jet skiing, and show a Ford Explorer a thing or two about what it means to have best-in-class towing. The SUV is back.
Everyone, meet my boyfriend.
Hey.
That's the guy I was telling you about.
Hi, I'm Diet Dr. Pepper Guy. Let me get you a drink.
Wow, I just didn't believe.
Been an exciting and very competitive football game, and this is what they're playing for, folks. The AT&T Cotton Bowl Trophy, and we're 3 minutes and 46 seconds away from Arkansas possibly winning this game. They hand it off. Broderick Green dumped in the backfield by Arthur Brown, who came out of nowhere. Clock keeps running, 3:37. And now a timeout on the field. And don't forget, coming up after the game, stay tuned for the AT&T postgame show. We'll wrap up with the presentation of the trophy, along with interviews, highlights, and analysis.
Gus, when this drive started, I opined that Arkansas would not put the ball in dry dock. All right, that they would go ahead and use their passing game and go down the field. And on first down, they did. They threw the ball for 7 or 8 yards. And then after that, it was 4 straight Broderick Green runs, big, tough runs, gobbled up yardage. And Bobby Petrino may have had it in his head to throw it, But when you're running it that successfully, he changed gears. And then on that 5th run there, not much yardage, but it sets him up in nice position for a field goal attempt.
Kansas State using their 2nd timeout, so 1 remaining. And that brings on the field goal unit. Hocker into attempt 1 from 30 yards away. And it's good. 3rd field goal of the night for Zach Hocker. And the Razorbacks, with 3:30 remaining in the 4th, take a 29-16 lead.
By the 2012 Jeep Grand Cherokee. By Joyful Noise from Warner Brothers Pictures in theaters January 13th. And by Capital One. What's in your wallet?
(29-16) Arkansas. 3:30 remaining in the 4th. Mr. Jerry Jones and Coach Broyles.
About that, pupil and coach. Played for him on the 1964 Arkansas National Championship team.
So Arkansas will send it away. Kansas State with Tremaine Thompson and Chris Harper back deep. And they'll bring it out of the end zone. Thompson. Oh, good special teams play. He's down. And that Seth Ambrose making the tackle. Don't forget, coming up, it's the AT&T post-game show. Kevin, Marcus, and Darryl, post-game wrap-up, and also the trophy presentation. Colin Klein back in.
The power run game pretty much eliminated now because of time for Kansas State. He'll have to make plays with his arm.
Here's Klein looking, and the ball caught on the far side at the 21, and getting up a little shaky, Terrell Miller.
For the passer, defense, number 42. 15 yards from the end of the run. Automatic 1st down.
These are the plays you just cannot have at this stage of the game. If you're Arkansas, everything's going your way. You get an incomplete pass. Well after the play, the hit by Chris Smith. Not necessary. Costs his team 15. Gets the clock stopped for Kansas State and gives them better field position. Bad play by Chris Smith.
So they move it up. The pass completed to the 37 with 3 minutes to go. Klein underneath, and this is Chris Harper. And Harper close to the 1st down.
That's a guy I've been waiting to hear his name called for a long time this evening.
Hurry up offense being used by the Cats. 1st down at the 47. Klein in trouble. Gets out of the pocket, and he'll run it out of bounds and stop the clock at 2:37. What a season it's been for Colin Klein, named Big 12's top all-purpose player. 2nd down and 10 at the 47. Klein responsible for 69% of K-State's yards this season running, and he is dragged down from behind by Alonzo Highsmith. Highsmith has had a great game as well.
That's when you know you're starting to add a few to the odometer. Played against his father in the Sugar Bowl, January of 1986. Oh, boy.
3rd down and 7. At midfield for Klein. Over the middle. And it's incomplete. Terrell Miller again, and that'll bring up 4th down. With 1:46 to go, and it looks like Kansas State will go for it.
You know, they have a whole lot of choice on this one. And what I can't wait to see is what Arkansas decides to do defensively. Do they rush 3, rush 4, and drop everyone else? They've been bringing 5 on certain downs here, even on this possession. They're not just totally laying back. 3-man front. Let's see what they decide to do.
4th down and 7. They bring pressure. Klein. Oh, beautiful catch. Miller trying to get out of bounds, but they keep him inbounds. Terrell Miller stopped by Greg Gatson, but he gained 13 yards on 4th and 7.
But if the clock stops because of the 1st down, now they have to hustle to the line of scrimmage and be ready when it's marked in play. It's already started the clock.
Klein. Oh, from behind. Chris Smith, 5th sack of the night for Arkansas.
Remember how he started this sequence with the roughing the passer call, went to the sideline for a little counseling, reinserted, and tries to make up for it with the sack.
2nd down and 15 at the 42. Klein again. And again, he is taken down in the backfield. 6 sacks tonight by the Razorbacks. Chris Smith again, back-to-back sacks, and this defense should be very proud of the way they played.
And Bobby Petrino has to feel great about his move, bringing in new defense coordinator Paul Haynes. His first game calling defenses for Arkansas. Right now, he's got to feel great as they try and finish off this game.
On 3rd down and 20, Klein trying to get outside, and he does. And the clock will stop with 20 seconds remaining.
Very, very difficult for teams that are heavy run teams, that aren't super sophisticated in the pass game. When you have to change gears and all you do is throw it and they pin their ears back and come after you, hard to hold up in that. Offensive lines used to run blocking more than pass blocking, and here come the rushers.
4th down and 16. Colin Klein. And picked off. Jericho Nelson down the sideline. Nelson still running. And Nelson finally stopped at the 13 with 5 seconds to go. A 62-yard return. The Arkansas Razorbacks will end their season with an 11-2 record, and what a season it has been. They will win the 76th AT&T Cotton Bowl and realize that their only 2 losses this season came at the hands of the 2 best teams in college football.
And the last time I remember one conference having 1, 2, and 3 in the slots, and I may be wrong, but I remember the old Big 8 with Nebraska, Oklahoma, and Colorado finishing at 1, 2, 3 in the early 70s. And Arkansas is not going to be voted, I don't believe, one of the top 3 teams when it's all said and done because of Oklahoma State's win. But I think they feel like they are one of the top 3 teams in the country, having finished this off.
Tyler Wilson and the Arkansas Razorbacks, Bob Petrino. Walks off the field for the final time this year with a 29-16 win over Kansas State. 11 wins this year for Arkansas, ties the school record. Bob Petrino faced Coach Snyder tonight. Coach Snyder, his second tour of duty with this Kansas State squad. They are in hog heaven here in Texas.
know it has to feel good for Arkansas. When they were really challenged tonight, they responded after the big run by Kansas State to draw them close.
And we'd like to welcome you to the AT&T postgame show. Cowboy Stadium, where the Arkansas Razorbacks have defeated the Kansas State Wildcats 29-16 to win the Cotton Bowl. Fourth win in the Cotton Bowl for Arkansas. Their last appearance 2008, losing to Missouri. Won the Cotton Bowl in 65, 76, 2000, and now this year. Now let's go downstairs where our Tim Brewster is standing by.
Thank you, Gus. Huge momentum changer tonight in the game, Joe Adams. A punt return to the house for a touchdown. Fourth one of the season. What was the key on that return for you to score?
Oh, just the guys that get me back to the field. They did a great job blocking, and it was just all on me to return the ball.
How important was it to you and your seniors to win this game, win the Cotton Bowl, and 11 games on the season?
Oh, it was very important because last year we didn't win, and this was a bowl game that we won. We looked at it as a BCS game, so we had to get this W.
Well, I got one last question for you. We got a national championship game. Who's going to win? You've played them both.
I don't know. It's going to be up in there.
Thank you, Joe. Congratulations on a great year. Gus, back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Coach Brewster, and his return made it 10-0 early in the second quarter for Arkansas. 29-16, the final. And for the post-game ceremony, let's go down to Kevin Frazier.
Gus, thank you so much. It is hog heaven here in Cowboy Stadium, and to present the trophy to the Arkansas Razorbacks, the champions of the Cotton Bowl, the chairman of the Cotton Bowl, Tommy Bain.
Thank you, Kevin. Coach Petrino, on behalf of Mark Kiefer and AT&T and the Cotton Bowl board, it is our privilege to present you the 2012 Cotton Bowl trophy. Congratulations.
Coach Petrino, you get 11 wins this season, but more importantly, you win the Cotton Bowl. What does this mean for the program?
It's just a great win. The first thing I'd like to do is thank our crowd, thank our fans. Thanks for coming, everybody. We got the greatest fans in America. I thought our team really played well. This is what we wanted to do, was send this senior class out with a win. Our senior class did a lot for us, played extremely hard, has really done a great job for this program. We understand that Garrett Uckman was with us today. We miss you, Garrett. I can't say enough about our football team.
What adjustments did you make for the second half to change the momentum of this game?
Well, offensively, we wanted to come out and hit some of our quick game and run the ball better. I thought our offensive line did a much better job on the line of scrimmage in the second half. Defensively, we didn't change a whole lot. We did a good job on first down. We played really well on defense the entire game.
All right, enjoy this one. Congratulations. For the fourth time, the Arkansas Razorbacks are the champions of the Cotton Bowl. Let's send it over to Coach Brewster.
Thank you, Kevin. I'm here with Jake Beckett, and you played great tonight. You had 2 sacks, relentless effort all game long. Talk about first down defense and the emphasis on that in tonight's game.
Yeah, our game plan, as you could see, was on first and second down, just stop the run. You know, get them out of those second and medium, second and short opportunities, and really get them in third and long and give us a chance to tee off, which we did that.
As a senior, you go out as a winner, Cotton Bowl champions, 11 wins. What's it mean to you, Jake?
It's so special to be part of one of the best teams in Arkansas history. You know, to get 11 wins, you know, hopefully finish the season in the top 5, just means so much for our program, and to win this great bowl game, it's just so special.
Congratulations, Jake. Great job. Thanks, Gus, back to you.
All right, thank you very much, Coach Brewster. Arkansas with a 29-16 win to win the Cotton Bowl, and it's truly been a very special year for this football team. They have a special coach in Bobby Petrino.
Done a fantastic job getting him to the point now where they were going to compete for SEC titles year in and year out. 5-7 in the first year. He talked about those seniors. Look where they end up, 11 wins as seniors.
Well, coming up, we will have more post-game reaction as well as our final thoughts. 29-16, Arkansas winning the Cotton Bowl. Welcome back to the AT&T post-game report, where this night belongs to the Arkansas Razorbacks. Back at Cowboys Stadium, this is the AT&T post-game report. Gus Johnson along with my partner Charles Davis, and a really solid football game tonight. Your final thoughts?
Well, we came into this game thinking it was the speed of Arkansas versus the power of Kansas State, but I thought there were elements of both of those in both teams, and we saw that on display tonight. But the big one was toughness. We knew Kansas State was tough, the way they've come back all year long with all those deficits. Could Arkansas do it when Kansas State ran at them? They did it. Proved conclusively they're one of the top teams in the country this evening.
Partner, had a wonderful year.
Oh, a fantastic year.
Nice working with you.
Let's do it again.
Let's do it next year. You got it. For Charles Davis, I'm Gus Johnson. Now let's go downstairs to Kevin Frazier and the guys.
Gus and Charles, fantastic season. It has been a pleasure working with you. Meanwhile, everyone out there, just a reminder that the NFL on Fox's coverage of the playoffs begins this Sunday as the wild card Falcons head to the Meadowlands to play the NFC East champion Giants. Coverage begins at noon Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. And tonight, next on Fox, it's your late local news except on the West Coast. Meanwhile, Daryl, Marcus, we look at this game, and I'm going to give you a chance to kind of explain to us what unfolded. Get your final thoughts on tonight.
I think a little bit of the toughness that Charles talked about, and for me it was mental toughness, because in the third quarter, Kansas State goes down the field, closes it to 19-16, and Arkansas responded with a touchdown drive to pull away. And at that point, when you had the injury to Tyson Hartman, I think that kind of changed the complexion of the game a little bit, but a lot of mental toughness by the Arkansas Razorbacks today.
Well, Kevin, what I noticed out here today, sometimes we've applauded K-State for their outstanding effort. Sometimes effort isn't good enough just against great athletes. They were against some superior athletes today. And in the latter quarter, it was really telling how ineffective, or how the lack of speed really worked against Kansas State, because they couldn't get down the field when they really needed to.
All right, I got to say this. We can't say enough about what a great season it was for Kansas State. So let's not knock this team. They got to the Cotton Bowl when no one expected them to be here. All right, after a quick break, we're going to come back and show you the best moments from our season of Fox College football. It's a party for the Arkansas Razorbacks as they win the 2012 AT&T Cotton Bowl Classic. Welcome back to the AT&T post-game show, and the final score, 29-16, the Arkansas Razorbacks, champions of the AT&T Cotton Bowl Classic for 2012. So we have reached the finish of our college football season on Fox, and as we reflect on what has really been an amazing year, we also pause to remember our colleague and our friend Doug Sellers. Doug was a brilliant TV producer and a true leader, but more importantly, he was a good man and a great father. Simply put, we wouldn't be here if it wasn't for Doug Sellers.
I'll get the glory, we'll win the fight. They'll tell the story of how we took tonight, and I will show you that I'll wear the crown. I thought I told you that you can't keep me down. Turn it up. Breakaway speed. The blood of Mamba. Striking. What a day. Touchdown. Wilson with the step. Shot it. No. Rose is shot. Watch out. Oh, he throws it. Caught. Down the field. Still on his feet. First down, Baylor. Heat in the kitchen. Caught. Touchdown. Can't keep me down.
Dougie, we'll miss you, and we love you.
Is the next American Idol in this crowd?